Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you are listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is August the 13th, 2021, and today the topic is discernment. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. You guys know that tonight we have an episode of God, Sex, and Love, the talk show that's going to be airing. The guest tonight is going to be Mr. Cole Forrester of True Radical Love. It's a nonprofit, as I was telling you all yesterday, that seeks to end pornography one heart at a time. So I hope that you all tune in to that episode tonight. Hear what Mr. Cole Forrester has to say. And again, that's going to go live at 7 p.m. tonight on our Facebook and on our YouTube. Oh man, oh man, oh man. On one hand, I'm like, I feel like I don't know if I'm giving messages or I'm just having conversations, whatever this is called. But I was about to say, I guess I got a message full of pulp today. Perhaps, depending on how you're going to look at it. It might be some good old juice. I don't know. But we'll get into that in a moment. And not to say I'm hesitant to give it, but it's interesting. I'll just say it like that. It's interesting to, I guess, be the one to give this, or my thoughts on this information at all. I mean, and obviously, if you're listening to the sound of my voice, I guess you value my thoughts to a certain extent. So, yeah, it's just interesting. But we gonna see what the Lord gonna do. I'm not gonna sit here and be long on the time or anything. I'm not hesitant to say it, to be like, to the extent of being like, no, I don't want to say whatever it is the Lord want me to say. I pray like I pray every day. I'm just gonna let the Lord say whatever He want to say through me, like I pray. But anywho, let me share real quick what happened yesterday. Long story short, a lot happened and a lot didn't happen. I mean, it was a regular day. I guess some of the key things that happened were one, I was I'll get more to that. So let me just tell you guys one thing that happened that I guess was on a positive note. So I ended up talking with Mr. Leo yesterday. We ended up doing a discovery call. He called them transformation sessions or something like that. So he can get more feedback about me, my habits, my eating habits, my working out habits, all those different things. And so every time I talk to Mr. Leo, I just, for me, it's like I call him like a well of knowledge. Like there's so much wisdom that I hear that comes from him and the short conversations that I've had with him thus far. And I mean, I think, I give him, he gives me big bro vibes and, solid advice and, just the upright standing. And man, I can see that about him. I want to say from our first conversation or whatever the case is. And so, yeah, I mean, so, I hope you guys check out his website, and seek if it's something that you all need some assistance with in regards to, working out and finding ways to incorporate faith and fitness and bringing those two together, then yeah, I hope that you guys seek him out, as a potential, coach, or, I believe he life coaches as well, but then he also, of course, is a fitness instructor or whatever the case is. And so, y'all know, we got the segment accountability, and I guess y'all don't want to see me and my journey, working with him and everything like that. He had several programs on the website. He didn't ask me to do this. I'm just sharing this with you guys because, again, me just having a discovery call with him yesterday was enlightening. It was motivating, and it was. I feel like it's going to be a good, move in a good direction. I don't think I'm somebody that has to like lose a whole lot of weight or something like that, but I think it's good to just, kind of, it's so, it's good to tone up, or it's good to kind of just, make some better choices in regards to, what I eat and, I guess working out and all those different things. And so, I feel like this process that I do with him, however long it ends up being, again, I feel like it's going to be something that's going to be good for me and my family and everything like that. So I'm excited to see, where this is going to go and everything like that. But one of the things that was revealed to me is that apparently your girl is overworking. I've been overworking my body, and that's probably where these aches and stuff are coming from, and also perhaps some of the hesitancy to do the working out. He was just pretty much letting me know that my body needs, rest or whatever the case is. Even so much so where he pretty much gave me the advice to just kind of cool off for a little bit. Maybe if I want to do some stretches or something like that, do some stretches. But for the most part, just kind of cool off on doing the workout portions or doing what I was doing, and until we start up, with whatever program he's going to put together for me. So I'm excited to see what he's going to do. I mean, he already kind of challenged me talking about some, I might need to invest in some weights. 5, 10, and 15 pounds. I was like, what? 15? Like, so we, we'll see what the Lord do. I'm gonna try to, go ahead and honor his request and whatnot. 5, 10, and 15 pounds. I mean, I think I can handle that. I don't think it's not anything I can't handle. But I mean, we'll see. I mean, I guess it's just gonna help me get stronger, right? So, but anywho, so that's something that happened yesterday. But then on the sad note, y'all know I done took the red pill. I done been down the rabbit hole. I done seen a lot of little different things. So I did catch a glimpse of a disturbing video yesterday. That, I mean, hey friends, and the interesting thing is too, this morning I kind of got woken up with along these same lines. Y'all know my girl Allie, right? Y'all know my girl Allie. So basically, without getting into the dream, when I woke up this morning, I woke up at like 12:40 something. It might have been like 12:45, which means I wasn't asleep that long, because I want to say I didn't go to bed till like 11 something, but or didn't go to sleep until like 11 something. So anyway, around 12 something, I woke up from a dream, and I was thinking about, part of it was like about Allie's group, her Telegram group, and some things, I guess, like somebody was trying to call me out or something, and I'm like, what is this coming from, or whatever. That's what was going on in the dream. Not even meant to even go that deep into the dream at all, but basically, I woke up from that, right? And so I went to go check the group, because I'm like, huh? You know what I mean? Like, where did this even come from, Lord? And I didn't see anything, so I was like, okay. But then soon after that, I saw a post from Allie. Like, she had posted up, basically saying that, they're good overall, but, they're stressed and, all the different things, and, exposing the human trafficking and whatnot, and the highs and lows that they're going through personally in her life, her personal life and whatnot. Trying to handle this, basically trying to share her testimony, and the stress that it's causing, and all that type of stuff. And, I saw it at first, and then, I guess after praying, like I prayed for her, just prayed in general and everything like that, and eventually I felt led to, just kind of comment under her post and whatnot. So I just pretty much gave, hopefully, some encouragement to see that, at the end of the day, don't be weary in well doing, and that, obviously sharing her testimony has caused quite a movement. She definitely was one of the things to wake me up to, again, the evils and the things that are going on in this world, and everything like that. And so, I mean, I guess that's a good kind of segue for me to tell you guys about that video I saw. Like, whether you guys believe Allie's testimony or not, right? For me, here's where I'm at. Now, obviously, before I came across her and her story, and her sharing, it's like I remember the things that I heard before. Before I heard what I would call an eyewitness testimony. Okay, so before I came across her, before she came into my life, right, with this whole social media situation and all this, before I knew anything about a girl named Allie, I always heard about missing kids, right? I always heard about human trafficking. Was like a phrase that I heard. I didn't know much about it, but I heard about that too. And I know it's unthinkable, right, that someone would do evil to children, right? But knowing, right, my own situation, and I know I'm not trying to sit here, mine was not nowhere near as bad as what I'm hearing these kids going through, and honestly what I witnessed now at this point. You know what I mean? So my situation ain't nowhere near what these kids is going through, but I just know what I'm saying is I know that adults will do unthinkable things to children, and this is before I knew anything about Allie. Right? So for me, when I hear Allie's testimony, I'm not sitting here wondering, like, if it's true. You know what I mean? I'm not sitting here, you know what I mean? Like, for me, it's confirmation to the things I already knew. Right? And aside from that, I always heard about, right? I've always heard about Hollywood and the quote-unquote casting couch, and people being taken advantage of in that aspect. Now, no, I didn't know about the stuff I'm learning about now, but I always heard about that there was evil things going on in the music industry. These are things that I heard about before I got an eyewitness testimony. You know what I'm saying? So, now I will say that, yeah, when you hear about such things, then it's like you want to know if it's true, right? Is it true? And the only way to know if it's true or not is to see it, right? Is to either see something or hear or eyewitness testimony or something like that. Now, whether you guys think that human trafficking is true or not, I don't know. But all I'm going to say is that when you see statistics or when you see all these things about so many missing kids and all of this stuff, then, hey, I don't know what y'all could think that is. But sounds like human trafficking to me. Nah, I don't know. Yeah, everybody can do their own research and everything like that. But, that's one thing. Two, the thing about these abused kids, like, again, now, unfortunately, I have seen some things. I've shared one, and I told you that I described it in the previous juice about, the child that was hanging from the ceiling by a rope by their neck. Like, come on, if that's not child abuse, I don't know what is. Like, regardless, and again, these are the things. So here are the questions here, and I'll be honest. I'm going to be honest. No, I don't know where these videos came from. No, I don't know these individuals that are in it. No, I don't know any of that. But for me, regardless, what are the scenarios? What are the scenarios that this could be? Okay, either this could be a film, right? Because I'm okay if I'm watching a video, right? If I'm watching a video, that means somebody is physically doing something in front of this camera that I am now witnessing. Right? Okay, so either it's a movie and like something that's being played out, a script, something not real, or it's actually happening. I feel like it's one or two. Or I'm not seeing what I'm seeing, which is, well, I kind of got to scratch that out because I believe I see what I've seen. So it's either one or two. Either it's fake or it's real. And either way, for me, that first video I described to y'all about the child with the rope and all of that, whether it's fake or real, to me it's still abuse. Because why would you fakely tie a child up by their neck and beat them naked like that for a movie or for a scene? Or why would you do that? Even if it's something fake, how and why would you do that, right? And then and if it's real, obviously, the evils. Either way, it's evil, right? So what I saw yesterday was videos of an individual, and now all I know is it looked like a male hand. I don't know, because obviously the person didn't show their faces in it, but they're showing a infant baby, right? And they're taking their hand. I'm assuming a male hand, right? And punching the baby. And obviously to the point of, your baby can be bleeding. I saw, I couldn't watch all of it. But I did see some. Now the questions are, where did this come from? Who is this baby? Who is this person punching the baby? Yes, those are questions, right? But regardless on if this was years ago that this happened, or this was a recent video, or whatever, either way, it's abuse. Yeah, it's my opinion. It's my that's my 2 cents on it. It's abuse regardless. So even if it's a fake staged video, it's still abuse to punch that baby. Now listen. I done told y'all something, like one of the other most horrific things that I've shared with on here that no, I have not seen, and no, I don't think I need to see it, nor do I want to see it. I think the descriptions of it is enough. That now 3 times now, I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, I've either seen a report or something about an individual that has had, like, basically raped or had sex with an infant, a baby. Now, I saw a news report about a guy, the father. I told y'all about that, right? I want to say I've seen another report somewhere about somebody else that got caught doing something like that. And then I saw a video of a judge that was sentencing someone for that crime. Now, I don't know what y'all, listen. Now, all I'm saying is that, regardless on if people feel like this whole talk about human trafficking and this whole talk about child abuse and all these different things is real or not, we gotta wake up to the realities of what's going on. And I get it. I was there too. I was living my life not knowing, or I guess even thinking about none of this stuff. But I'm just gonna be real. It's gonna be real hard for me to not think about this stuff now that I know this information. Let's put it like that. So, with that being said, discernment. Discernment. Because one of the things for me that I've been kind of struggling with is seeing my fellow Christians and the response of some things from my fellow Christians or people that are saying they're believers. Like, the things that we're aligning with, the things that we're allowing to the things that are clearly against the word of God, that we just brush it aside. We just look over. We just don't seem to be, I don't know if we're just not privy to it or we just keep trying to turn a blind eye. I don't know. I don't know where we are with that. Like I said, it's going to be hard for me to turn a blind eye to this stuff now. I mean, not that I've seen and heard and whatnot. Like, heard an eyewitness testimony, and the more you research, the more you see that people have been talking about this for years, trying to tell people about all this stuff for years. So, and yeah, we got to use our discernment, right? But once you see a video of a baby being punched, like, I don't know. I mean, listen, regardless of who they are, if it was staged, none of that stuff don't matter to me. It's still abuse, whether it's staged or not. So, I mean, because what I saw was a baby. And so, I mean, babies can't make no sexual advances, as far as I know. Babies can't, defend themselves, when they're being punched. So all I'm saying is, listen, like, people are out here doing evil, and I get it, and I get, like, why people, when it comes to the word of God and how we're supposed to handle evil, people that do evil things, like, I get how that can be hard. And I know I've been talking about that over the past few days too. But regardless, we're going to talk about discernment. So, let me share with you guys some Bible verses here. Hebrews 5:14 says, "But solid food is for the mature, for those who have their powers of discernment, trained by constant practice to distinguish good from evil." I mean, friends, listen. To me, good and from evil, I mean, now obviously we're supposed to do that with everybody about everything and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, it can go as deep as, is it good or evil for a baby to be punched? Is that good or evil? Can you discern that? Like, can we say that that's bad? Can we say that that's evil? Or do we have to think about it? Like, I don't know where we're going here, but we can go from something like that to other things as well. I'll just put it like that right now, because so on one hand, that one of the things that I prayed this morning, I just was like, Lord, why you got me seeing this stuff? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why is it that people that seem to have wisdom, right, to seem to have like so much, I guess biblical knowledge and wisdom or whatnot, don't seem to be seeing what I'm seeing here, and I'm like, well, trying to actively understand why, even though I know what the Bible says about why, but still, like, because some things are just clearly evil, to me. So it's like, how can we sit here and be debating about that? So, and I guess it goes down to this, like the verse was saying here, solid food is for the mature, for those who have their powers of discernment trained. Trained by constant practice to distinguish good from evil. That means we need to be constantly practicing this, y'all. Like I said, in all things, we need to be practicing this to know good from evil. We need to train ourselves to make discernment. Speaking of, I did find a definition of discernment. I forgot to read it to you. I'll go ahead and read it since I've brought it up. Okay, so it says discernment, ability to judge well. And then the second definition, which is interesting, talking about it literally says, according to Christianity, then it says perception in the absence of judgment with a view of obtaining spiritual guidance and understanding. Now, I mean, obviously the word tells us where we can go for wisdom, where we can go to, get more of this or whatever the case is. But yeah, like that first verse said, we got to be constantly practicing, constantly training to distinguish good from evil. And that's the thing, is like, we're so aligned or so divided by our personal thoughts or whatever the case is, where it's like we're not allowing God to show us, right? I mean, like, because there's going to be time we got to, from what I'm understanding, y'all, we got to be able to, or ready to, stand on what the words say, regardless of how we feel, regardless of what things look like. Speaking of, let me hear. Where is this? This the verse here? Let me go to that one here. John 7:24 says, "Do not judge by appearances, but judge with right judgment." I mean, it may not look right. You know what I mean? It may not look the way we think it's going to look or should look. But if it's a God thing, if it's good versus evil, regardless of what it looks like, then we got to be able to discern that, because we can be easily swayed by the wolves in sheep clothing, as the words say. Like, the Go Deeper section is going to have several verses, but if you don't look at nothing else, I hope and pray that you look at 2 Corinthians 11:13-15. Let that marinate in your hearts and minds today to go deeper. If you don't marinate on nothing else that's in that section, because again, we can be easily swayed by those individuals that are coming in this again, the sheep's clothing, as if they're operating in the light. But the thing is, like the words say, that verse at the end says, I believe it's verse 15, that says, like, basically that the truth will come to light, like what they actually are will be revealed, pretty much. I'm paraphrasing that. Y'all go read it for yourself to see exactly what it say. But we just gotta be able to, like, listen, man, like right now it's just too much going on for me, to be honest. Like, it's just too much to really, I mean, you gotta at least be questioning something at this point with everything that done happened. Now, that's just me and my own opinion, but let me just tell y'all another verse here. Hebrews 4:12 says, "For the word of God is living and active, sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing to the division of soul and of the spirit, of joints and of marrow, and discerning the thoughts and intentions of the heart." Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, he knows, right? And his word is going to distinguish all that, and I think that's what we need to go by. And as we get more into the word, right? And build our faith and build our, and exercise and all those different things, then we'll be able to discern what we're seeing and hearing and whatnot. Let me just keep going here. 1 Corinthians 14:33 says, "For God is not a God of confusion, but of peace, as in all the churches of the saints." There's another verse I came across. I didn't write it down this morning, but it was like, God is the same. Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Regardless of people thinking that he's not the way, regardless of people feeling as if he could change or whatever. I don't know, but according to the Bible, he's the same. He's the truth and the life. And the word is not going to come back void. Yes, this season is very interesting, man. And it's like, I don't know where we're going from here, honestly. And again, I don't know if you need, if you're someone that you need to see with your own eyes, right? If you're like that disciple that needed to put his finger in Jesus's wound to know, then you might need to go ahead and go deeper, friend. You might need to go ahead and get on DuckDuckGo and start the Googling or whatever the case is, and start to putting in some of these phrases and some of these things. Or join this group. Join this Telegram group I was telling y'all about with Allie, whatever the case is. Join the group and watch some of them videos and look at some of them stuff. And y'all tell me what's going on. Now, if it's fake, okay. But listen, when it comes to these babies that I'm seeing and these videos being abused, I ain't never seen no movie, right? And nor have I been part of no movie or nothing like that. No type of artistic work that is beating a child, punching them in the face to the point of bleeding and any of that other stuff. Now, y'all can believe that I'm lying or whatever the case is. If you want to see the video, by all means, I'll figure out a way to inbox it to you or something like that. If you got to see it for yourself, for you to understand and believe what I'm saying. Because it's the same as Allie's testimony. At the end of the day, this girl could have been trying to just live her life, to be honest. You know what I mean? Just could have been trying to just stay under the radar, not talk about this no more, not think about what happened with her, whatever the case is. For whatever reason, God done put on her heart and mind to share her testimony. And at the end of the day, her testimony has led her and her family to be like living on, I would hate to say the streets, but literally like in their car, running from whatever the case is. I don't know, maybe she'll share more about all of that. But regardless of all of that, her testimony has definitely made waves. It's definitely woke up a lot of folks and whatnot. So, prayerfully she knows at the end of the day it's not in vain. And we all have to trust God regardless. Even after seeing those horrific things, whatever the case is, I still have to trust God that His will be done, that, what His word says is true. I have to, pray for those individuals. Obviously, pray for the victim that I saw, pray for those individuals that are doing the victimizing, and then also, praying that God's will is done. If those persons don't turn their ways around, then that what the words say will happen to those people. I have to pray all of that. But regardless, y'all, we gotta use our discernment in this season. Like I said, there's too much going on, hey, listen, we all gotta, I think this is my thing too, and I think I'm gonna let y'all go today because obviously I just went in this morning telling y'all all this. But listen, here's where I'm at. Like, as long as we still have our rights and freedoms and can use our own minds, then that's just that we do that. Don't be led by the crowd, the media, or nothing. Go to God. That's what I would say to anybody at this point. Go to God, pray about it. And I know it sounds so simple, but we gotta do that. We gotta get straight to that basic interaction. God, I heard what Miracle said on this podcast. Now I'm not, I don't feel like I'm not nobody. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, y'all, this information y'all can go and get on your own. But hey, if you listen to the sound of my voice today, then perhaps you needed to hear all this crazy stuff that's going on. So what you could do from here, again, is pray that prayer. Lord, I heard what Miracle's talking about. I heard she talk about a baby being punched in a video. I saw the video that she shared about the other baby being strung by the neck and whatnot. What's going on, Lord? I hear about all these things that are being changed in the laws. I hear about all these things that are being mandates and all these things going on. And I see that some are living according to it and some are not. Lord, what's going on? Because it's saying His word, we got to go to Him for the wisdom anyway. So if you feel like, hey, I don't have wisdom in this area, there's something I need to figure out, then go to Him. Go to Him and let Him reveal it to you. Because it's all I've done. obviously, and again, I feel like I'm not, like, I mean, hey, I would say this is what I would say about me, and I'm not sitting here trying to toot my own horn or nothing, but I think this is probably what's gonna, hopefully it'll help you somehow for me to share this. So basically, I would say the only thing about me is that for a long time, I was looking for me. Spiritually, I was looking for me. I wanted to go deeper, right? I wanted to hear about what's going on in this season, in this time that I'm in, Lord. Like, I want to hear pastors that are telling about, relevant messages about what's happening right now and how that fits in my personal life, and then like what you want me to do. Like, I was actively seeking that, and I think so. Perhaps that's why, now, here I am. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just. Like I said, it's just a bit. It's a bit shocking for me. What I hear. People that I definitely respect. But I would just say fellow believers, the debate that's going on between us right now about, this whole good and evil thing. Like, if nothing else, we should agree on that. Like, I get about, debating about, well, is it 3 or is it 1 or is it, okay. If you want to debate about stuff like that, or is it going to be a pre-trib rapture or after-trib rapture? Okay, But, good and evil, though? Like, why are we debating about that? Why are we... we don't know what's good and evil? We can't see that? So we gonna call good evil and evil good. I guess we are, hey, I know they say this, and y'all gotta go deeper on it, but they say they got all kind of things out here that is basically brainwashing people. And honestly, I'm just gonna say it look and sound like that when I look around, and I'm not, hey. I'm glad to be used in this season, Lord, but at the same time, it's interesting. It is quite interesting. Not just like, hey, friends, we gotta use our discernment in this season, y'all. And hey, yeah, turn off the TV. Turn off the TV and ask God. I believe He'll show you. He showed me. So that's the juice, y'all. The Bible verse of today is Proverbs 22:4. It says, by humility and the fear of the Lord are riches and honor and life. Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. This has been brought to you in part by Anointed Touch, Health, Fitness, and Beauty. Eat right and exercise daily. Walk with God, run from the devil. 1 John 20:20, you have an anointing from the Holy One. Visit anointedtouch-hfb.com for more information.